Good morning. This is another one of those times where I really should have just gone to bed, but for some reason, even though I have 2 assignments to do that are due by Friday and it is now Wednesday morning, I elected to stay awake and write a 1,000-word journal entry when I really just should have gone to bed. But I'm gonna read it for you now because that's what I do apparently, is stay up ridiculously flipping early in the morning and read stuff. Okay, it's a journal entry. It's called I'm Not, But It Doesn't Matter. I am not a heavy masochist. I've never taken a single tail. I've never been beaten until I'm a mess of blood and bruises. I've never been suspended with hooks or offered momos, or with my legs split open to an extreme angle. I've never been branded. I've never had needles or staples or sutures. I've never been cut open. I've never bled for a crowd. And I never used to care, except for a fleeting whisper of longing. I never cared that I wasn't ready for anything that extreme. But all of a sudden, it matters to me. I'm not new anymore. I've lost that shine that I used to have. And I was the girl who'd show up at events and watch all those people who do all those breathtaking scenes and feel my mouth drop to the ground with amazement. And then I'd go about my business. Well, I was a bit shy at first, obviously, but I'd try my best to talk. I'd talk, I'd meet new people, and I'd learn. I'd play with one person and maybe another, enjoy a variety of scenes, all the while maintaining that same expression of fresh-faced wonder and shine that only comes with being that brand new in such exhilarating circumstances. And the surprise that comes from being accepted and even liked for the very eccentricities that once meant you were ostracized and ridiculed and hated some time ago, in that horrific part of your life that you'd really rather not talk about anymore. I'm still the same girl, really. Sans shine. And sans wonder. Oh, I hate to admit it. The awe's still there. Oh my god, it is there. And I think it always will be, but for the time being, it's hidden. It's masked with something darker, more shameful. I'm now the girl who comes to events to hide my face and cry in shame because I'm not capable of those incredible things. I am a sponge, a pillow, a marshmallow, something soft that is useful for one small thing but entirely useless for most other things. The person who constantly thinks she's a burden by asking, because she thinks it's impossible that anyone would elect to play with someone so mundane, like her, when it seems like everyone else is so much more adventurous, and cooler, and just better. And I'm constantly reading pieces of writing geared towards acceptance of every difference that scream, there's no such thing as a proper masochist, and you don't have to be hung from the roof by your pinky toes while having your pussy horsewhipped to be kinky, and I always have the same reaction. Well, no, I don't need to go through such things, but I want to, for some reason that I can't quite put my finger on. And I'm fully aware that there isn't such a thing as a proper masochist, but for some reason I keep telling myself that there is. When I'm watching gasp-inducing heavy play, all I can think is, if you were a proper masochist, you'd be the toy that's always snatched quickly from the toy box, the one that would cause fights amongst all the children. It's mine! No, it's my turn! You had it yesterday! Oh, you always get to play with it! Give me it! A masochist like you, however, I think to myself, would be that ancient broken giraffe doll that's leaking beans and missing its left eye. That toy that's seemingly forgotten, until it's picked up by one or two children who feel drawn to its faults, and then it's utterly adored. The kind of children who can't bear to see one toy go unloved or forgotten, so they make it their mission to rescue all those small toys, play doctor and stitch their seams, to fix that toy, the broken one that no one else could even give a damn about. The reason that I worry like I do, that I've lost my shine and my appeal, is so simple. I worry, and I think that I'd be more desirable, more memorable if I was capable of those fantastically painful and wonderful acts. I don't want to go back in the dark. I spoke earlier of that exhilaration that comes with that thumping, incredible feeling of acceptance that just starts deep in your chest and then it explodes so that it bathes every inch of your body in just wonder. It's a drug. It's the most incredible drug. And one cannot be expected to go from being unknown and alone in this great big city to meeting an enormous volume of the best people in the entire world, only to go back to being alone again. And this is my greatest fear. Losing all those friends that I've made since I first started attending events in February because they've had it with my pessimistic attitude. Losing the feeling that I finally belong somewhere because all I do is come to events and wish that I was something more impressive than myself. Losing it all because I can't stop comparing myself to everyone else. But I think I do understand now. I feel like I'll be able to stop those treacherous thoughts because, honestly, it really doesn't matter if I'm not the newest or the shiniest anymore. It doesn't matter that some of my stitches have come undone. It doesn't matter that my fur is patchy and I'm full of holes. It doesn't matter that I'm not as strong as some people. It doesn't matter that I'm interested in quieter pursuits. It doesn't matter that I'm not that kind of masochist, a so-called proper masochist by my own daft, envious brain. Because as long as I have a group, no matter how small, of those gentle, loving, wonderful, unique children that are still interested in playing with a toy as small and as broken as I am, I will be okay.